Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the Team of the Year, Luka Modric, to check out. We're taking a look at someone who is 5'8", medium work rates, right-footed, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. So by default, this is definitely a card that you're mainly going to want to use in a 3 midfield setup as much as possible. We've been testing out these cards mainly in the right center mid position because of the 4-3-2-1 tactic that we have, where we're trying them out as the attacking oriented one, so we can kind of test out the defense and the defense and the attacking, right? Player traits in game. He's got long shot taker, playmaker, outside foot shot traits, technical dribbler. So a couple of very interesting traits. The outside foot shot traits actually very helpful to have in that right-sided position, so it's definitely a plus. A shadow chemistry style on this Luka Modric is going to have 96 acceleration with a 90 for sprint speed. His defending will be in a very good area except for defensive awareness, which doesn't really matter because his interceptions, standing tackles, and sliding tackles is in a really high area. So we have to kind of just see what his defensive positioning is like on the pitch, because we've used a card like the Team of the Year De Bruyne, who's way more attacking oriented. Like, we've used Hullet and Bellingham in the same role, and you could tell they have very good defensive AI, whereas De Bruyne is a little bit more attacking, right? So he doesn't have that certain positioning style that I feel like the top tier meta midfielder cards have, right? Modric is going to have really good shooting capabilities for a midfielder. His passing is absolutely phenomenal with, really high passing stats. Dribbling on the card for a 5'8" player with a lean body type, it should be very responsive in game. I highly doubt that it's going to be horrible. And then for physical capabilities, the card has really good stamina to work with. His physical is on the lower side, but he's going to be an explosive player, which is something that could be very helpful to work with. The interesting thing about this Luka Modric card as a medium work rate card is that you don't necessarily have to use him as only the attacking and defensive oriented center mid, right? Modric is actually formatted in a way where you could also use him on a hunter chemistry style and then use him as one of your main attacking position players, preferably in the cam position, right? Because there's a 96 acceleration, 90 for sprint speed. You would want that to be a little bit higher for the side areas, but through the middle as a secondary striker or as a cam, that could be a possible thing to work with too. So we will be trying him out in both of those areas. So yeah, with Modric,
stands between the posts. Ashraf Hakimi plays with Ferland Mendy in the fullback positions. Tony
is there a way to get rid of this like thing at the bottom? And I have to pause the game because it reset my settings again.
Modric.
That was a really well-weighted pass. To be fair, Modric was tracking that guy the whole time when I overcommitted my center back, so he did well there. Even gets the interception there too.
Oh, beating his opponent with ease. Oh, beaten easily here. Well, plenty of
Weird situation there. Will we move?
Modric. Firing it in.
Nice try. Had to get that on the green just to get the consistency going. It's a nice initial pass there with Modric. Nice, that was all AI there.
Now with Hakimi.
Good dribbling comes off good. You see why it's helpful? That's why it's helpful, man. You got the trait, he's on the right side, he scores that opportunity. Nicely done. Shoot! Oh, we miss. We miss. To be fair, he did track back well enough there. Oh, dribbles. No, it's out.
just cutting off the supply.
His tracking was perfectly fine the whole time there too. It wasn't bad.
Messi.
I will say, guys, that because of his explosive accelerate, again, you definitely got to use him as the more attacking oriented card
Now Messi.
for sure. As you can see, he's already in position to kind of
This is
get involved there.
De Paul. He's in here.
Okay, he used manual goalkeeping.
This match. And
Modric does really well there. That was really sick. This is me trying him out in the cam position this time, by the ways.
what response will we see from them now?
You know what I like about the potential of using him in the cam position is that he has defensive stats. So just in a situation like that, like him being able to defend was great to have, you know?
Can they exploit the space out wide? Correa.
Oh, I didn't expect him to make the angled run on the inside there, which, to be fair, is fantastic. I could have just made the pass right afterwards.
Do with the pass. Modric.
I thought he was going to make that run right away. Had to wait a little bit, but the pass was great, though.
Toty.
Oh, I should have first time dragged upwards there. That's what I should have done.
Can they prize them open now? Modric. Can they nudge in front?
Oh, I should have shot to the near post there. See, like I said about the defensive stats, helpful, man. He's got the dribbles to work with too.
Mendy has it. Look at Modric.
Yep, does really well under pressure.
Well, the pass not finding its target.
Well done.
Rodrigo de Paul.
If I could somehow make that pass through the middle, it'd be great. But yeah, it was a good initial run by him. I didn't mind that whatsoever. Again with the defensive stats.
Correa. Can he put them in front?
Well done, Modric.
The emphatic answer.
Good stuff, my boy.
Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. And fed forwards. Well, it didn't happen for them.
It's not the pass that I wanted exactly, but you could still tell that he waits his passes like really well.
Look at Modric. Well, a shot from miles out.
Oh,
Didn't worry the
got the green on it though.
Look at Modric. Oh, he looks threatening.
Oh, dude, I had him there, man.
But he's
I had him there.
Well, can they open up the defense here?
Oh, it was close though.
On the offensive. Force. Well, he read that brilliantly.
Maybe a lob pass instead.
Force. Modric.
Ah, I couldn't get the green on it.
But just unable.
Couldn't get the green. But the dribbling was nice though. I will say, guys, with his maximized dribbling stats,
In terms
he should feel a little bit better than he does with his left stick. It's still good, but it should feel way better than what it is. Oh, he almost got it though. With that. Oh, come on. There we go. Well done with the interception.
Modric.
Oh, he has no momentum. That's why he doesn't hit it that well.
Messi. This is Kroos. Takes the shot.
Imagine I hit from that angle. That would have been crazy.
Torres. Best.
Well done.
The attack fizzles out.
Le grand switch.
Look at Modric. And Messi. Making sure nothing untoward happened.
I messed that up completely, but the pass was great.
The ball with Luka Modric. Options in the centre.
Oh, wow.
Modric. Effort from long distance.
Try it out. It's pretty far. I'd have to have like a hunter on him for that to be a little bit more consistent. Let's try out this shot though.
Can he finish?
Ooh.
Modric. Still alive.
The deflection. Oh.
Modric. Well, they keep the ball moving. Showing excellent vision. Oh, it was there for him.
Messi on his right foot just completely scuffs it. The build-up was nice though.
Dangerous looking through ball.
Good job, boys.
Well, nothing comes of it. It looks
No. Oh.
Hakimi. It looks promising.
Ah. Definitely gonna make a pass there for sure.
Able to retain possession.
Good interception. Pass it down.
Messi. And return to Modric.
Oh, I had that one too. That was a looped.
Lionel Messi. Must be
Oh.
foiling his opponent.
It was close. It was close.
Messi. Well, that's a super ball over the top.
Oh, I put way too much power on it.
Just over the top.
Thank you.
Pressure. Messi.
Oh, he was making the run though. Unlucky.
Dominated the flow of the game in the last 15 minutes. He sense it's inevitable the goal will come. It'll be certainly no less than they deserve. They just
Yeah, that's a direct one. Starting to pop off. Nice. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the Team of the Year Luka Modric card. So this card is really interesting because there's so many different ways that you can use him because of the fact that he actually has good attacking capabilities on a hunter chemistry style as well as defensive capabilities too. So obviously, if you want to use this card in the midfield setup, you give him a shadow chemistry style as your attacking oriented center mid. You know, when you have the instruction on some of the center mids where they are on stay back while attacking, this card could be on that instruction because of the fact that, you know, obviously if you keep him like that, his build up play with the rest of the team will definitely be very nice. But I feel like the main purpose of using this card on the team is going to be as the balanced center mid, right? The one that pushes forward, the one that comes back. AI wise, the card's not bad. It's not on the level of someone like a Team of the Year Bellingham or a Team of the Year Hullet by any means, right? Those cards are probably way more expensive, to be fair. But it's not like that because of the medium work rates and stuff, right? But it's still a really sick card to use. What I will say that surprised me a little bit is the dribbling, right? So I've used this Bernardo Silva card so many times. Like, you guys know that, like, I praise this card all the time. Like, regardless of him being Portuguese, like, you guys know I'm always honest with the Portuguese guys if they're like meta or not, blah blah blah, right? This Bernardo Silva card, look at his dribbling stats, height, and body type, right? 5'8", lean body type with those dribbling stats. Modric doesn't dribble like him, which is very strange to me because he has the same things. So his lean body type could be a little bit different. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like base card characteristics. Maybe it's the in-game traits, but he has technical dribbler. I don't know. Does Bernardo Silva have like speed dribbler or something? Let's see. Bernardo Silva, because I don't remember, honestly. Yeah, a weird situation because for me personally, like, it's not on that level. It's still really, really good. It's still really good. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Like the Modric dribbling, it still comes off great. It's just not as good as the Bernardo Silva, which is so weird to me. But it's still fantastic. Obviously, them improving the dribbling stats to be as high as possible is great. On a shadow chemistry style, the card actually offers you some defensive capabilities. It offers you some pace. I was actually using him as a cam in the team as well on a hunter chemistry style. Now, again, like I said earlier, I do prefer the attacking AI and all that good stuff from someone like Bernardo Silva over the Team of the Year Modric because, I don't know, his high makes him move in certain ways in that cam position. It's really nice. But this card is incredibly usable in that cam position too. And the best part about it is that, and we're going to be doing a tactic review for Boris Legends 4312 recently, is that if you're using Boris Legends 4312 where you have the comeback and defense instruction for the cam, it's really helpful to have someone like this card who actually has defensive stats to be able to play to that instruction really nicely. So I noticed that on a consistent basis that when I was using him in the cam position, there was a lot of defensive plays out of him, which is fantastic, obviously, right? So there's so many different things you could do with this card. I will say that of the bunch that I've used so far, I think Bellingham and De Bruyne are cards that I would prefer to use a little bit more because they're taller players in the midfield setup. When you're playing in that center mid CDM position, I just like to work with those taller players. I feel like in FIFA nowadays, it's just hugely beneficial to have, especially like that Holt and Bellingham card. When I use them, they were absolutely fantastic, right? So of the bunch, he's on the lower pecking order of those guys, but he's still great to use, man. Like obviously with the responsive left stick dribbling, passes being super well weighted, you know, shots coming off nicely, mostly on a hunter. On a shadow, obviously as a midfielder, you have to work with the high percentage strikes a little bit more, but it's still perfectly fine, guys. Like on a medium work rate, on a shadow chemistry style, it's still a really neutral midfielder to have in a team for sure. But yeah, the thing that I wish that they did to him, to be honest with you, is to give him a high work rate. I think if they gave him a high work rate, it definitely would have been significantly better for the best version of his card, right? The medium throws me off a little bit. It would have definitely been nice to have that high. What I will say is that if you are using this card in your team, I definitely recommend playing him in a formation that is more, I can't think of the word, but more like close, right? Like this Boris Legend 4-3-1-2 that we're going to be doing a review on soon. Playing this card in the right center mid position with the instructions that he has on it would be perfect for this card, because there's always support around him, so he can utilize that quick dribbling, that fantastic passing, the attacking AI that he utilizes as well. You utilize that way more, right? So I wouldn't use him specifically in that 4-3-2-1 setup that I showed you guys, but this 4-3-1-2 setup that Boris Legend has, he was really good in it. He was flying across the pitch, defending, defending, attacking wise. Like the attack, he was getting involved in a lot of the build-up passing plays, which is really cool. So still a fantastic card. I'm not saying it's bad. When I make comparisons, people are like, oh my goodness, this card must be terrible. But I'm just comparing to the cards that they released from the Team of the Years, right? Like I think the other ones are better for how I would personally want to use the card. But you also wouldn't use someone like De Bruyne being able to rotate into the cam. Like you can use De Bruyne in the cam position, but that agility and balance would bother you, right? So there's always different variables to work with when it comes to these types of cards. But obviously the work rate, I really wish they gave him on this card. It would have definitely been a huge plus for sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.